As fans across America get ready for another season of college football, one team is already in full swing. This is the Making of EA Sports NCAA Football 12. Previously on the Making of EA Sports NCAA Football 12. The EA team brings the sights, sounds, and styles of the college game to life. With the help of their most passionate fans, the team pours everything into the final stages of development. While the game's producers wow the crowds from coast to coast, the team on campus is plagued with offline problems and now scramble to get the bugs out. They may fail to bring the game to market. With the demo ready to go and released, the team awaits the reviews to see if their hard work has paid off.
A bad demo can absolutely destroy you.
What we really show off in the demo is presentation, all the cool wow moments that ultimately sell a game too.
Because the feedback was positive, made my life pretty easy.
I mean, that's absolutely one of the best things you can hear is that the demo, exceeds expectations coming into it. And the demo is months before what we're going to finish with, but it's still pretty indicative of what the final game is going to be. And so it's a good kind of barometer for what the game will look like when it's out there.
I'm very, very happy with the feedback, so it bodes well for the final game.
The team lets out a sigh of relief as the demo receives rave reviews, but they're not out of the woods yet. The game is still not 100% complete, nor has it been tested thoroughly. With the Sony network still offline, time is running out.
Sony's server issues affected us because it made the development process more difficult in terms of testing things.
We were thousands of hours of testing behind the 8 ball.
It would be catastrophic if we can't hit the shelf because the network's still down.
So Sony PlayStation Network came back up today and couldn't have added any more suspense to the project, but we're thankful that it's up and running. We can get it out for final testing now.
When we finally got everything back up and running, the team totally rallied and scrambled. Sony was very supportive, and unbelievably, we got everything through.
And they worked really, really, really hard in order to make up for some of that time.
Both of the games, X360 and PS3, passed first time without a hitch.
While the development team ends the testing phase, the marketing team moves forward with its business at hand.
There's a lot that goes into marketing NCAA Football 12 outside of just the game hitting the shelves. And there's a lot of departments, a lot of moving parts bringing the product to market.
We got a lot of feedback on the demo. I know the team has been working on a first patch. And I think an important message as part of that is that NCAA stops, Madden keeps working on gameplay enhancements and stuff like that, but that day one patch is going to have all of those improvements that are in Madden from a gameplay standpoint will be in NCAA as well.
It happens to be ESPYs week, which is great for us because in general, we like to tie in all of our games with real world sports.
So we'll be out there with all the athletes, with all the ESPN personalities, sitting down with them as well, giving out some free stuff and having some fun.
As the race to launch continues, there are many assets to go into play with a strong marketing campaign. The NCAA Football 12 commercial campaign is a key element for the push of the game. A strong campaign needs a great slogan, and this year, it's devotion.
With the advertising campaign this year for NCAA Football 12, we really wanted to tie into this idea of devotion because NCAA football is really about tradition and it's your devotion towards your school. So we wanted to do that in a big way.
We have a few spots that we're filming today, and they involve essentially people demonstrating their over-the-top devotion for their college football teams.
This campaign is all about exaggerating those big fanatical moments that people have.
It goes beyond devotion, and that's kind of where these 3 spots start.
The hook 'em horns is probably the most famous gesture in college football, and the gator chomp is also very popular.
It was something that people could identify with and then tie that devotion to the game because this year's game was even deeper and required a deeper devotion.
And lift. There you go. deeper game for a deeper devotion. NCAA Football 12, rated everyone.
Coming up, the game is getting close to final, but will the past issues with the Sony network derail progress? During the past few months of production, the team has put in countless hours of overtime, pulled all-nighters, and surrendered valuable time with their friends and family. Still, the sacrifices will soon pay off as the time has come to run a series of final tests.
Happy Friday. I was here late with you last night.
Got down to 0
bugs.
For Xbox 360. The bug about the end of contract extensions got wish listed. And I sent the email out today, like, I think this is going to affect our view scores. So we're arm wrestling here. You either have to push or pull.
We're not going to miss ship date. That's not going to happen.
I agree with that.
So, all right, so let's check in later. Thanks, guys.
Dynasty is by far the most popular mode in the NCAA football series.
Just like in real college football, your success on the field all starts with recruiting. One of the ways that you can be more effective in recruiting is by developing pipeline states. To develop a pipeline state, you need to have 4 players from that state on your roster.
And what we do in the games, we actually give you extra credit when you get a pipeline state that allows you, when you get recruits for that state, to get a bonus for their stats.
So one thing that's really cool about this year is that Coke Zero is actually sponsoring the Pipeline State Edition. So when you get the game in your hands, thanks to Coke Zero, you'll be able to add that Pipeline State to your game. Even though you're not geographically tied to some of those pipeline states that are so big, you can make them a pipeline state for you, so you can kind of get in there and start recruiting these prospects that might be better than who's in your region.
With the game inches away from completion and the start of a new college football season right around the corner, the team prepares broadcast assets for ESPN.
Anytime that ESPN wants something from us from a play reference standpoint, we try our best to accommodate them. It's kind of cool that the guys at ESPN would want to use our in-game footage to do their playbook breakdowns on their live broadcast.
The last play of the game, Washington's just trying to line up and kick a field goal. Yards after catch is what we're going to talk about tonight. Keeping linemen off the linebacker level. They must stop Mississippi State. You have to understand the situation.
One of the authentic plays that we implemented was the Badger power play. It's a staple play of the Wisconsin power game. So we'll run the play here, and then we go into instant replay, and we can show you exactly what a commentator like Craig James would show the audience.
Linebackers are looking at the same deal. Play action pass. There goes your tight end. Very nice execution.
So that's basically what we try to bring, the real authentic flavor.
Along with gameplay integration, ESPN has leaned on EA Sports for another innovative technology.
So once the NCAA team is done making the game that you play at home, that's when me and my team get to work and actually adding the virtual playbook features. Virtual playbook is a new technology for visualizing a lot of what they've previously used some of the talent in the ESPN studio shows to demonstrate pre-game predictions of what's going to happen.
When you talk about Oregon's running game, you must start with their bread and butter play, which is the read option.
Virtual playbook starts with filming the video. We match our frames, and then those layers start to come together to create what it is that you see on TV. We use the virtual playbook technology to actually put those players in the studio along with the actual real people who are in the studio.
On this particular play, Auburn's strength is to the right. The running back is offset to that side, and they have a tight end over there too.
Virtual playbook really makes breaking down matchups and breaking down what teams are going to do a lot easier to talk to a person at home because they can see what it is you're talking about rather than just talking about it.
This is the best case scenario for Wisconsin's defense.
At 6'5", 230, very, very physical.
Whoa, big fella, let me get out your way.
Jason brings the team together to deliver some good news, along with a special surprise. The NCAA Football 12 team celebrates milestones completed with fun-filled antics. Every time they complete a task and get closer to finishing the game, someone sends out the Sexy Saxman video to show appreciation.
So we're gonna have a big team meeting today, really just to say, hey, we're done. And so today we're gonna have something, pretty special. The actual guy from the YouTube video is gonna be here. No one on the team knows.
But really, the most important thing
is that we went to first party last night. And so we're effectively done for the client.
The engineering team typically will come up with some crazy symbol or image. This year it is a sexy sax man, and whenever the game would hit a milestone, somebody would send around a picture of him.
Thanks for all your hard work.
When we return, NCAA Football 12 ships, but the work isn't done just yet. NCAA Football 12 is complete and approved by all parties involved. Now it's off to the presses and soon in stores across the nation.
Just getting out for the initial release, we'll ship almost 900,000 units of NCAA. You know, for us, we want to make sure that we give the same priority to every item that goes out. We want to make sure the customer gets the right product on time, every single time. The file is sent to our manufacturers, and they'll stamp the disc, and they'll load those onto spindles. From that point, it'll go to our pack-out facilities. We just recently brought a pack-out facility in this building to help some of our efficiencies.
Each spindle is counted to ensure that there's 150 per spindle, or whatever count Sony sent us. The advantage of this machine here is I do have a camera that's checking all of the components to make sure all the components are correct, allowing the operator just to keep feeding the machine. So this piece of equipment here is a what we call a CTM machine. So it's automatic applying the hologram sticker to each one of these units, again at about a rate of 70 pieces per minute. It then comes over and gets wrapped in this wrap machine. This is what we call our cello wrapper. You see each unit goes in and comes out the other side, and the wrap is completed.
So what you see here is this is where all our SKUs are stored. This is what's called a pick module. So we house about 7,500 units of a SKU in each location. What happens is we take all that product and we place that onto the belt. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to get all that product into one, basically, pile. So from the pick module, we'll have 3 staging conveyors. What these staging conveyors do is they hold product prior to induction into the sorter. Each belt can house 5,000 to 7,000 units. Those belts are just set up to pre-gather product, so when we run the sorter, we never run out. So the process here is we're bringing the product and we're condensing them. As it goes in there, I'm scanning the product. That scan identifies that SKU, and within milliseconds, selects the chute that order goes to and ejects that product into that chute. Each chute has a box that's signified here so the picker knows what box size to grab. Once the red light comes on, the picker will go in and scan the license plate that's unique to that chute. Systematically, it matches the order to the chute, then it transfers it into the box. From this point down to the label applicators, we print the label and apply it within this short distance. These are actually going to Walmart. They'll go to over 3,000 Walmart stores. Okay, we got the first box of NCAA 12. Pick, pack, and ship on its way to the customer.
With NCAA Football 12 now in the can, the process begins all over as the planning for NCAA Football 13 is already in full swing.
So yeah, I mean, we finished strong on 12. We had a great year. Reviews are rolling in. I mean, it's off to a great start, but we got to start talking about what we're going to do for 13. We got to get hit the ground running.
So, it's really exciting to be done with 12, but, we've got to keep our foot on the gas. The minute that we're done with 12, we've got to shift our attention to 13. It's exciting, and, we want to celebrate our achievement here. We need to keep our foot on the gas.
Those that are here, we need to start working on what we're going to do. And we do have a few things we already know we need to start working on.
And locations.
That's the biggest black eye coming off this year. That hurts the most. We asked for all that information about van locations, and then it was on our end, we screwed it up. We got to do a make good there because we've asked the community to do all this work for us, and we got to, follow up with it. Commentary, obviously, we've got to figure out what we're going to do there.
One of the things that I'm excited about is to see how we're going to be able to take our in-game commentary to the next level. and provide a new level of immersion into our game that goes just beyond the sights and the sounds and really starts to bring in the storylines of a college football Saturday.
With our partnership with ESPN and our ways of integrating ESPN into the game to try and give it that real broadcast look and feel, you know, one of those big features is always game day. People want to see that game day, that feel of being on a campus on a Saturday right before kickoff for the big games, and you know what that experience is all about, and seeing all the crowd and the signs and all that interaction.
One of the things that's helped us the last couple of years was we had a really good start. We didn't stop, you know, and have a couple of weeks off or even a month or two off. The guys that were here were right back into the next cycle, so we just got to keep that momentum going into this year.
So here we are at the end of NCAA Football 12, and it's been a great year. But also, you know, it's a time of the year where there's going to be some transition. You know, it's been announced Roy and Sean have moved on to Madden to go help them out, and that's a great thing, you know, for both of them. And there's a great group of guys here staying on NCAA, an opportunity for us to step up into those roles.
Okay, so next week we'll get the number.
Yep, we'll get the reviews in for 12, and looks like we've got a good start on 13 already, so.
On to Madden.
The number one sports title in North America. That's number one, you know. A little more pressure, a little more eyeballs on you.
It's not like you guys are going out the building. That's the best part about this whole thing, is you'll still be around, so and you'll still be heavily involved.
My goal, frankly, is to make sure that the teams, the Madden and the NCAA teams, can work much closer together than they ever have in the past. I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, I'm sad to be leaving college.
Up next, Mark Ingram hits the red carpet with the game in the full spotlight. The rivalry moment of the week is presented by Coke Zero. Many of college football's greatest moments come from games when rivals line up on the gridiron. Arkansas Razorback running back Peyton Hillis explains how long and hard he fought to find a way to beat LSU in this week's Coke Zero rivalry moment.
Well, I think it was at Arkansas my senior year. We played LSU down in Baton Rouge, and they were going to the national championship. And they lost one game. You know, we weren't supposed to beat them and stuff like that, but we ended up having a 3 overtime game and beat them 50-48. And I had a big game, had like 4 touchdowns, and you know, it was a big game. You know, just for me to end on that note at U of A, when everything was looking down for me at that point, you know, was huge, and it was huge for my family also.
With the game finally out, one would think the work is finally done for the season. Instead, it's just getting started for some members of the team.
We're literally in our final countdown to the game launching. This is an extremely busy time in the PR marketing world, as we want to make sure as many people know that the game is launching. It's not final in the sense that our work doesn't stop once the game's actually on shelves.
This first week or two was really about the core NCAA football fan, the fan of the video game that comes back every single year. We're still actively marketing deep into the college football season, all the way through the holiday campaign. We do a great business, obviously, when college football starts, and then rivalry week is one of our biggest weeks of the year.
When we launch the game, we're hitting the hardcore really big. We're hitting the mass audience. We're working with ESPN to do integrations within their shows, within College Football Live. The college rep program is actually a really important program for a lot of our games, but especially NCAA football, because we have 20 college reps that are right there on the college campuses. So they can be our voice on college campuses to help get the word out about the game. The EA VIP program is actually a really cool program we just started this year, where we're taking kits that have the copy of the game, we have some custom headphones and an iPad, and we're sending it to celebrities early before the game comes out. So we're here at the ESPYs. This is kind of actually acts as a de facto launch event for us for NCAA football. The ESPYs is the day after the game comes out for us to be a part of. We have integration throughout the show. And then what we've been doing here on the lovely roof of the W has been having athletes come through, letting them check out the game, getting them their copy of the game so they can get on and they can be playing people online and just experiencing the game.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, flat.
Okay. Oh, a little tight end.
Sweet,
man. Oh, yeah.
This was a great place for us to kick off the game that just came out yesterday. So a lot of the guys that are coming through the Style Suite are getting their hands on NC2A for the first time, get to see it, along with getting a little VIP package that we put together for each individual that comes through.
It's like the VIP package.
You know, it's kind of a reward for them being part of the EAA family for a long period of time. Once they get their hands on it, it's always kind of a bragging thing. And, even though they're millionaires, they don't always get things early and they don't get them fast. But when they do, they sure like to brag about it.
I'm about to go in the room and play.
We had No Sean come in here. He was super stoked. Biz Marquis, he was a big character. He was having a ton of fun.
Interception, son! Took it!
It's pretty fun to see them relaxed and away from kind of like the media circle for a little bit, and they get to come back and here in the suite and have a good time and play the game and relax a little bit.
As Mark Ingram gets ready for the ESPYs, he puts aside some time to take on a fan in NCAA Football 12.
Yeah, Mark is in the style suite, and we partnered with Xbox 360. They've been a great partner for us around SV time period, and he's doing what they call a game with fame, where he's actually online playing anybody and everybody that wants to come play him. So we open up the 3-hour time window, and he's just sitting there on the couch and knocking out game after game.
You scared? He over there scared. And he got a little scared.
Yeah, there's been guys flowing through the suite throughout the day. We had Aaron Rodgers, and he's got McElvoy in there, his quarterback at Alabama, helping him read some coverages.
I won't give him any tips running the ball, but his passing game could use a little work.
Oh, let me get that love.
Get up, Rob.
Oh, let me get that love.
Every single Monday that it came out.
We used to go together. We used to ride together and go get the game.
I remember one year he's like, man, the only thing is I don't have an Xbox, I don't have a PlayStation, I don't remember what it was. And he goes, you mind picking me up one? I go, are you serious?
Before he even sat down, we had over 140 requests for games. People wanting to chat with him, just telling him good luck with the Saints, and it's been a really great experience here at the ESPY Suite.
But I'm going deep. We out here in sunny California, going to the ESPYs, promote the game, have some good time. The game came out yesterday. Make sure all y'all go get it. It's the best one yet. Let's go, Roll Tide. And who that?
Big news yesterday, EA Sports releasing their NCAA Football 12 game, and you're the cover athlete, of course. Congratulations about that. What's it like being the cover athlete for EA Sports?
Well, it's truly a blessing, I got to thank God for the opportunity because, I've been playing the game all through middle school, high school, and even in college. And now that I'm on the game, it's just a tremendous honor, and I'm really excited about it.
And they got the glove, too. How cool was that? They got the glove.
They got the glove, the famous glove, so that's cool, too.
Good to see you. You look great.
There really is no post-launch anymore, right? So we ship it, and people get their hands on it for the first time, but we've been having those activities for the past month or so. So our first reviews are rolling in now. We're getting 9s and 10s, and things are feeling really, really good.
9.0. That's a 90 Metacritic. So for this month, we're like the gold standard product. That was a challenge we set for the team. Let's get to 90 this year. Metacritic's kind of complicated. It's an amalgamation of as many reviews that are out there in the world. Thousands of hours of work, millions of dollars in development, and here it is. It's fantastic, and this is what it all comes down to.
The teams, the traditions, the fans, the rivalries, and much more comprise NCAA Football 12. From campuses all over the country, from New York City to CLC to E3 to even the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech, the EA Sports team has traveled all over to create the most authentic college football experience possible.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Oh, that was nice.
Amidst many laughs and hardships, the EA crew endured their own road to glory. Now it's time for the world's gamers to enjoy. Like the fans and teams who take pride in their school colors and traditions, the EA team is honored to wear their uniform as well. And as college football fans know, a new season begins when one season ends. So from now on, this is the making of NCAA Football 13.